Oh.
Where are your glasses?
I need some tissue. Hello, hello. Good evening. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening. Today's topic is so interesting. Yeah. Today's topic is something that is real and common. Good evening, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Jaden. Today we're talking about ringworms. Ringworm. I think that's something that is common to each and every one of us. Have you ever gotten ringworm before? What was your experience with ringworm? Share your experience with ringworm. So tonight we're talking about ringworm. We're talking about ringworms and how problematic ringworms are. Are you struggling with ringworm? Do you know anyone? Do you have a family member that is struggling with ringworm? Today's topic is all about ringworm. So let's not waste time. Let's get into it. I'm excited to share information about ringworm. I did posted a video some time ago on our page giving a home remedy on how to treat ringworm. I was giving a remedy on how to treat ringworm and I was using black soap. And I came to realize how problematic really ringworm is. I think having children, anyone that has got a child would understand or would know about ringworm. If you have a child, you will know about ringworms, even yourself as an adult, because we all struggle from ringworms and we don't understand how the ringworm comes about. It's a very, very difficult it's very difficult to treat ringworm because it's a very, very stubborn worm. But I'm told don't say worm because ringworm is not a worm. Yes, of course, I know it's not a worm. It's not a worm. So that's what I want to talk about today. Let's talk about ringworm. Are you struggling with ringworm, or do you know anyone in your family that is struggling with ringworm? Then welcome today. So let's get to it. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining today and welcome to our live chat on ringworm. We're talking about something that is very real and common to each and every one of us. I think at some point in your life, you have gotten ringworm. If you don't have ringworms now as we speak, or if you don't know anyone in your family that have ringworm as we speak. because it's something we're all dealing with. We are all dealing with it. And to get into it, let me just say, ringworm is not actually, it's actually not a worm. But I like calling it a worm because it is shaped like a worm and you need to look at it like a worm, because it is something that has embedded itself on your skin. So it is a worm according to me because it's a parasite. And ringworms are parasites because they feed on you. I think it's the most uncomfortable thing that we all know. When you have ringworm, it's very, very uncomfortable. So if you or someone you love is dealing with ringworm, itchy patch on the scalp, the body, or even the nails, then this live is for you. If you are dealing with ringworm, then this live is for you. Thank you for joining, Elsie. Thank you for joining, Spelele, guys. Today, I want this chat to be interactive because I know that at some point you are struggling, or you know somebody who is struggling with ringworm. It's very uncomfortable. And it's a topic that's dear to my heart because I struggle with it sometimes. My kids struggle with it, you know. So I would like to engage today. Let's talk. Share. There's a poll that's going on the live session. Answer the polls, and at the end of the session, you will stand a chance to win Nubian Roc product. But today, let's get into it. Now, I will be sharing some natural remedies, prevention tips, and answering your questions at the end. If you've got any question, post it, guys. Ringworm is real. We are all struggling with it some point, you know, and it's so embarrassing because it can go to different places. So let's get into it. Ringworm is a fungal infection. It's a fungal infection. It's not a worm. It is caused by a group of fungus, right, that are called dermophytes. Yes, that's the group of worms. That's what they're called. And they thrive on the skin, the scalp, and the nails. You'll be surprised that there is ringworm of the nails, you know. I am going to shift from my screen so that you can see the different types of ringworms that I am talking about. Some can be very embarrassing, but we have to deal with it. So these worms, they really thrive on the skin, the scalp, and nails. Basically anywhere that is warm and moist, ringworm thrives on there. So it will look like a reddish circular rash that is itchy and flaky. Itchy and flaky, and it spreads through the skin. It spreads through skin contact, where you share towels, or even through pets. So as you can see on the screen, we have these type of ringworms. This type of ringworms, the scalp ringworm, that is called Tinea capitis. That is the ringworm of the scalp. The ringworm of the scalp. And then you have your body ringworm as well. Now, your body ringworm, as you can see, let me mute this quickly. Your body ringworm is Tinea corporis. That is what that ringworm is called. That is ringworm that comes onto your skin. Then you have the foot. Usually you get this ringworm from athletes. So athletes, people that are in sports usually will have, people in sports will usually have these ringworms, and it happens on the foot. on the foot that is caused by wet socks, dirty shoes, if you don't wash your shoes or your socks, this causes ringworm. And you have the ringworm of the groin. We all know the groin, right? And that is a very uncomfortable ringworm, especially in men. Especially in men, they tend to have this ringworm of the groin. That is why you find them scratching all the time. It's because they have the ringworm of the groin. Now, you also have the ringworm of the nails. Right. Now, let me share a few things about the types of ringworms of the scalp and what really causes this type of ringworms. So if you are struggling with ringworm of the scalp, guys, especially, in children, you are able to see that they have these little patches on their scalp. And even adults, you end up having to shave because you will not be able to treat the worm if it is not shaved. So you have to have a direct contact with it. Hence, you find out that people will usually shave that part of the hair that has got the ringworm. So with your scalp, what causes ringworm of the scalp is shaving, sharing combs. So if you share combs, if you live in a family where, there's a lot of you all have to, share combs. Sharing combs is one of the things that spreads ringworm. Brushes, hats, and pillowcases. So these are some of the things that causes the ringworm of the scalp. Secondly, poor scalp hygiene or buildup of sweat and dirt. Ladies, please, our scalp needs to be nourished and taken care of. We need to take care of the scalp. That's why I always say it's important to spray your scalp. It is very important to spray your scalp. Maintain a good hygiene. You need to moisturize your scalp every time by spraying. You need to wash your hair at least minimum 2 times a month. That is the minimum you can do. Preferably wash your hair weekly. But I would say 2 times a month is the best way of maintaining a healthy scalp. You avoid product buildup. Because I know some of you will have braids for like 6 months, especially this time of the year when winter is coming. You end up having braids and it will stay on for 6 to 8 months. That is not good hygiene. I know it's protective hairstyles. You want to take care of your hair. But in doing that as well, you need to maintain a good hygiene of the scalp to avoid buildup and sweat. Because, you sweat by gymming. I see a lot of men gymming that side. It's important to shower and, maintain distance and don't touch each other with the sweat, because these are ways that you spread ringworms. All right. Also pets. For those that have pets, that love having pets also transfers ringworm a lot. So be careful of that. If you've got a pet in the house, like a cat, a dog, also watch out on for the flare of ringworms, especially in children that play with the dogs and the cats. Tight hairstyles, like I mentioned, tight hairstyle and the wigs that traps moisture in the scalp. Please reduce the amount of, or don't avoid tight hairstyles, because those are the causes of ringworm as well, because it will create those blisters the pimples on your scalp. And when you start scratching them, you open up your pores. And in that case, when you don't have proper scalp hygiene, it's easy to get infected. It's easy to get infected. So be careful of that tight hairstyles. And like I mentioned, daycare, especially for children. Hence, children are really prone to having ringworms. Now, let's go to the ringworm of the body. So tell me, who has experienced ringworm and which part of your body is the ringworm? Eh? Have you experienced any ringworm of the groin? If I may ask the men who are live, have you experienced any ringworms on your body and how have you treated them? Eh? What? Yes, I'm listening. Mm-hmm. So, let's move on to the ringworm of the body. Ringworm. Oh, I see. Someone says, what's going on, says my eyes. Okay. What are you seeing, sis? Tell me. What are you seeing? Shea. I see there is a lot of guys with muscles. What's going on? What's going on? The man with the muscles on my screen. Eh? It's gym session. You know, gymming is a place where you can contract ringworms as well. I hope you guys are maintaining good hygiene. I can't hear you. I hope you're maintaining good hygiene. So yes, sis, you got ringworm of the eyes. That's interesting. How long did you have it and how did you get rid of it? Please, the dark one. Who is the dark one? I'm here to teach about ringworm, guys. I want the men to tell me if they have experienced any ringworms, you know, and which part of the body was it. So let's move on to the ringworm of the body. The causes of ringworm of the body is wearing tight and unwashed clothes. So again, it comes back to hygiene, guys. The worms are very intelligent beings. And I'm going to keep saying worms because it is a fungal infection that spreads and takes over a certain part of your body. So it is a living thing that is parasiting on your skin. So you have to look at it that way in order to be able to get rid of it, because it's a very, very stubborn thing to get rid of. If you have ringworms and you're struggling to get rid of it, I promise you, it takes a lot of effort in order to do that. So, keep good hygiene. Skin to skin contact during sports and hugging. Skin to skin contact during sports and hugging. I see changing of dumbbells and wearing all these tight clothes and getting sweaty can cause ringworm. Now, the other one is touching contaminated surfaces, meaning gym mats, towels, anything that has been contaminated by someone that has ringworm or someone that has, you know, the infection, any form of it, like I mentioned, it is easily contagious. That's what ringworm is. It transfers very easily. So poor hygiene is really major cause of ringworm. And also weakened immune system. Weakened immune system does cause you become prone to getting ringworm. Let's see here. Now, let's move to there's also foot ringworm, which is really walking barefoot in common showers and gym floors, wearing damp socks, reusing sweaty socks and shoes without drying them, sharing towels at the gym, walking in the floors with your bare feet. That is part of the major causes of foot ringworm. Then we go to the groin ringworm, which is excessive sweating and moisture in the groin area, wearing tight and non-breathable underwears, using unwashed gym clothes and towels, cross-infection from athlete's foot, and obesity and folds in the skin trapped heat and moisture. Wow, that is so interesting, because obesity, when you are overweight, you will tend to have certain folds where we all know that it becomes a bit sweaty. It becomes sweaty, and those parts are prone to infection. Abna says it's hard to stay focused because these people are distracting her. Please stay focused on the live so that you can find solutions for your skin problem. Okay, now we go to the nails. The ringworm of the nails. It's poor hygiene. Once again, you must clean your fingertips, guys. That's why you need to wash your hands. You need to wash your hands gradually. Wash your hands. And wearing artificial nails and tight injury or cracked nails as well. So if you hurt yourself or, you cut yourself, the injuries also, you have open in your skin, so it's easy for the worm it's easy to get infected. It's easy to get infected. Now, if someone already has what do you call it? Ringworm on the foot, it's easy for them to transfer it, right? Or for easy to get to the other parts of the body as well. That is why it's so important to take care of all these things. So I hope you now know the different types of ringworms. You now know the different types of ringworm that we have. I'm going to move on to let's see this. Where are we? So we talked about some of the causes of the ringworm, and now I am going to share with you some of the solutions that I came across, where some of the solutions that I have been using to treat ringworms. So I did a video showcasing how I used African black soap to treat the ringworm, and the video did quite well, and I got a lot of messages, people messaging me trying to find out, how to get rid of it, because they have been struggling a lot with the ringworm. So I felt, okay, let's do a video. Let's do a live to share other remedies, because I realized that it's not a one-size-fits-all. It's not a one-size-fits-all. Diet is so critical. Diet, I think that is the most critical thing. First thing when it comes to ringworm, diet, guys. Processed foods causes a lot of ringworm. because eczema, you tend to now you become eczema prone, and it's easy for you to get infected because your immune system is not strong enough. So critical, watch your diet. Do not engage too much high yeast food because they create the infection. So now I am going to share some remedies with you. So black soap, it's a good one to use for ringworm. Black soap, it cleanses, because it's got anti-inflammatory products like your plantain stem, your cocoa pot. It's got palm kernel, it got shea butter. So it helps to fight the ringworm. Black soap is a go-to. So if you've been struggling with it, get yourself black soap. It will help with ringworm. What I do is I first exfoliate the area. I exfoliate the area with the exfoliating sponge, which is this guy. So with this exfoliating sponge, you're able to use this to scrub the area where you having where the patch is. So after doing that, you apply the soap. After doing that, you apply the soap. It burns. It will burn, but it will help get rid of the infection. So the African black soap is a good soap to use. Oh my goodness. How do I cancel these things? How do I cancel these things? So the exfoliating sponge is a good one to use with the black soap because you use that to clear the area, then apply the black soap. You don't apply it just once. You have to be consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to getting rid of the ringworm. You don't just do it once and it fixes itself. No, that is why most people have recurring ringworm. I struggle with that as well. I struggle with that, and I'll show you. I'm currently dealing with one here. I've got a ringworm here that I've been struggling with for some time. And I realized that if you think you just do it once and it works, it does not disappear. You need to keep on applying the soap 3 times a day. 3 times a day. Once it dries, apply it again. Apply it all the time. Don't give the infection a chance to breathe at all. Don't give the infection a chance to breathe. Because once you apply once and leave it, it will come back. It will come back. It always does. So don't give it a chance to breathe at all. Right. Then, another remedy or another thing that I found to be very helpful is garlic. Garlic is very good and it helps treat ringworm. But caution, if you use raw garlic is very effective because it's got antibiotics in it. So when you apply, just mash raw garlic and squeeze the juice and apply it to the area. Raw garlic is good. It's gonna burn the skin though. So if you don't want a burnt skin, I will suggest use garlic oil. Garlic oil is also available on our website, Nubian Roc. There's a link. I'm going to post the link now. You can get garlic oil. Garlic oil is a better option if you don't want to get the skin burnt like mine, because I did apply the garlic, fresh garlic to it, and I like the way it eats up the infection, but it leaves a dark scar there, which eventually will peel off. So I'm not really bothered by it. I just needed to get rid of the worm. I can't stand ringworm. I don't know any of you how you feel about ringworm, but I just can't stand it. Hi Messi, hi Bonolo, hi Shudu, hi Maps. Thanks for joining. Shea, because ringworm is a problem that we are all experiencing, guys. And I think realizing the amount of inquiries that I received after that video, I realized that I am not the only one struggling out there. We all go through this. If you have children, you will go through it. Even you yourself, at some point, it doesn't matter how hygienic you are, how well you eat. For an infection, it is contagious. So it will move from someone to someone. You might be taking care of yourself, but you might hug somebody at an event. You might do something, you know. Hi, Messi. Hi, Messi. Welcome. So you might end up hugging someone or shaking someone's hand. That is how easy the ringworm really transfers. You can just be as safe as you want, but at some point, we have all experienced ringworm. So share with me if you have, where did you have it, and how long did it take for you to get rid of it, and what did you use? Share your remedy, because I realized that there is so many ways, you know, to cure ringworm or to get rid of the ringworm. Some are much difficult than others. I know some are difficult than others, but share how you got rid of yours. So garlic oil is a good one. You can get garlic oil. We also have the peppermint. Peppermint oil is also very good for treating ringworm. As I said, you cannot apply it just once and expect it to disappear. It doesn't work like that. That infection took time to get onto that skin. So you have to be patient and you have to be persistent. You have to be on the clock. You'd rather set an alarm to say every 2 hours, I'm going to apply something. Whether it's garlic oil, whether it's whatever you are using to treat your infection, be consistent. Set timers. I realize that when my ringworm is disappearing, I relax. Then it starts getting itchy. You scratch it, it starts to spread again, and that is how it spreads. So avoid scratching. So peppermint oil. Clove oil is also a good oil. And all these oils that I've mentioned, these are all oils that has antibacterial properties. All these oils have antibacterial properties, so they are very good in combating the ringworm, helping you to treat the ringworm. Oh, I use fresh lemon juice. I like that. Fresh lemon juice. I see Messi says she uses fresh lemon juice. And when you use fresh lemon juice, how long does it take? How often do you use it? Do you use it once in the morning, twice a day? And how long does it take for the infection to go away? Because, you know, I like trying so many things. I've used lemon juice, and if you use that, do you stay? How consistent are you? How consistent are you, and does it get rid of it? And prevent it from reoccurring. What happens? I like that. Fresh lemon juice. So, as you said, there's so many ways, but you just have to be consistent and maintain a good hygiene, and diet in order to avoid the recurring. So, Macy says, yes, twice a day. Okay, twice a day, and about a week it disappeared. Okay, so here you have it, guys. Here is someone, Messi has tried using fresh lemon juice and it worked. So if you are looking for alternative, here is one. Fresh lemon juice. And we have the tea tree. Tea tree. Tea tree, tea tree, tea tree. Oh, tea tree oil. I started using the tea tree because I got a lot of recommendation. People tell me, no, tea tree is good. Tea tree is good. So I got tea tree and I started applying it as well. And I noticed that it actually dried the patch. Because the mistake I did was I was scratching. I wasn't supposed to scratch because I thought it's dying. And I only realized that when the infection is going away, it becomes very itchy. It becomes very itchy. So what happens is you are bound to scratch. You want to scratch. And as soon as you scratch, it starts to grow again. Have you noticed that? As soon as you try to scratch ringworm as it's dying, it starts to grow again. It's like you're giving it life, And you know how nice that itch is. You just want to get in and scratch it. So yeah, it is a terrible thing. It's so embarrassing sometimes because you find yourself scratching in awkward places. And I don't think that's cute at all. So let's really find a way to get rid of this infection. So here are some remedies that I've shared. Messi has shared the lemon juice. I've shared the black soap and all the other oils, the natural ingredients to use. However, some need over-the-counter medication. And these are some of the type of over-the-counter medication. So you can get yourself some of these, any of them that will be prescribed to you. There are different types, I guess. So I'm not going to share a particular name, but just an over-the-counter tube, this medication will assist. But you need to apply it like every 2 hours. I am putting it to test. So what I do is I have decided every 2 hours I'll apply. And it's because ringworms find areas that are quite awkward. And they start there. Now what happens is you always wipe off whatever medication you are using to treat the worm, the infection. It's got its funny way. It comes on the neck, it comes on the armpit, it comes on the groin, it comes on the nails, it comes in all these places that you will have to cover. So when you apply any treatment, it gets wiped out very quickly. And that's how intelligent this infection is. So you need to be persistent. You don't just apply the cream once and expect it to go. It has to be daily. So I'm applying it hourly or every 2 hours to make sure that I get to the core of it. Because if ringworm is not treated, it becomes ongoing. It will cause body odor. Untreated ringworm causes body odor. If you are sometimes you stand next to someone, you can see the difference in the skin tone. you are able to see if the skin is infected. And there is a certain scent that comes with skin that is infected with ringworm. Even with the children, there is a certain scent really that comes with ringworm. So you need to be persistent to get rid of it, or else you are going to struggle a lot. You are going to struggle a lot. So I'm going to share a list of, I'm going to share a list of things that, you need to do to assist, to help you, cope with this ringworm, like a quick things to prevent flare-ups, for getting recurring ringworms and all that. So firstly, please keep your towels clean. Clean towels, especially it's in winter now. Winter time, towels don't dry. Winter times, towels don't dry because we leave our towels in the bathroom, we hang it on the rails in the bathroom, and by the time you want to shower at night, you find that the towel is still damp. So these are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. Clean towels. Keep dry skin, especially between the toes and feet. If you are struggling with foot ringworm, keep those spaces dry and clean all the time. Anywhere that there's a fold, if you haven't ringworm this direction, I know this is one of the favorite parts where ringworm likes to play, because it's always moist, it's always covered, and especially this time of the year. So keep those places dry. Avoid sharing personal items or using the same things around. Using this comb to comb this child's hair, and then from there you use on the brother or the sister, and then you use it on yourself. So avoid sharing personal items, especially with someone that you know is struggling with an infection, whether it's the scalp infection, ringworm, or the towel, whichever part of the body. Avoid sharing personal item, and please use breathable clothes, fabrics, clothes that are not too stringent on your skin, that doesn't irritate the skin. And wash your hands, guys. Keep your hands clean. When we sleep at night, we scratch. We don't know the places that we scratch. Now, under your fingernails, hence you have ringworm of the fingernails. So you need to keep your hands clean. And if you have pets, keep your pets clean at all times. Keep your pets clean at all time, guys. Let me know in the comment section, do you know anyone, or have you known anyone that has ringworm, and what helped you? We know of lemon juice now. I'm so excited about it, because this is the platform where we share things that have worked for others so that we can also try it on ourselves. But ringworm is so real. We are struggling with it, and we have to be deliberate. We have to clean our system as well, like I mentioned. So I'm going to do a couple of videos. I'm not sure if would you like a DIY ringworm remedy video again? Let me know, because I did one on our page and it's doing very well. It helps a lot of people. So I can do some more videos on how to really treat this ringworm, to be persistent, because what I'm doing now, I am using myself to check the duration of how quickly does the infection go away if you apply your treatment. If you apply your treatment daily, consistently. So, in a nutshell, tonight has been about one of the most common and real issues we all struggle with. I have shared the different types of ringworm, which is the scalp ringworm. We have the body ringworm. We have the foot ringworm. You have the groin ringworm, and you have the nails. Have any of you experienced the nails ringworm? And how did you treat that? Because that is an interesting one. That is an interesting one. I'm going to be doing a lot of research on ringworms and share as much information as possible, because I realize how difficult it is, or how prone, or prevalent, let me put it this way, this issue of ringworm is. So we shared I shared the 5 types of ringworm, and then I shared a few tips on for the scalp: avoid tight hair, keep a more hygienic scalp. Yes, I know a friend who had it. Oh wow. Of the nails, because I think that will be very interesting. I've seen people that have that I'm just trying to share my screen, make it bigger, it's just not coming through. I've seen people that have the ringworm of the, what do you call it, of the nails, but I didn't know it was ringworm. We call it that they've got rotten nail, because it would look quite strange. I wanted to project, it's just I'm not able to find my screen. How do you do this? Yeah, I'm still learning TikTok. So I wanted to share my screen, but it's okay. I wanted to share something about the nail. Okay, but she went to the hospital for treatment. Yeah, because I think when it comes to the nail ringworm, it is very, very complicated. It will probably stay longer. Yeah, it stays longer. It should be very difficult to get rid of it. Because imagine on the skin, a soft surface, it's such a mission to get rid of it, because once you scratch, it moves on to the next. Have you noticed how it works? Once you scratch one part of the ringworm as you think it's going away, it develops another patch on the side. So it's like a moving target. You have to keep chasing it. Hence, you have to be consistent and put it around the whole area. If you're treating ringworm, just don't treat the spot. Don't just treat the spot, because it has already spread. You have to treat the entire area to help it. And the tip that I'm going to leave for you tonight is, when you are almost succeeding getting rid of the ringworm and you think it is gone, do not scratch when that itch comes, because as soon as you scratch, it will become alive again and start spreading. So you can find all these products that I've mentioned. Black soap, the link is below. All the product that I have mentioned, the link is below. Look at it, try them, share, because somebody else might watch this video and will appreciate the suggestion that was shared here, because we all need help. I'm sharing this because I'm going through it and I am trying everything possible. So I think I'm going to add the lemon juice as well. I don't know how adding all these products to fix this guy will work, but that is how much I cannot stand ringworm. So, with that said, I will be sharing new information. I'm going to do a lot of research on this particular topic because it's very close to my heart because I've got children, and I think for them, especially teenagers as well, they become very self-conscious when they have all these things happening. So you will be able to assist them. Self-confidence is a big thing when you get to that teenage stage. So I am really very much invested in researching more on this issue and why is it becoming so prevalent. Is it because of the food that we eat? What is causing it? Because everybody seems to be having this problem one way or the other. And I think it's more than really just hygiene. That's my feeling. I feel it's more than hygiene because I would say I am one person who is very particular about what I eat. I am very particular about my hygiene, So when this starts happening, you start to look deeper to check, is this more than what I think it is? And I will be more than happy to keep sharing what I find on this topic. So join me next week. Join me next week, guys, as I talk about, what would you like to talk about next week? I'm just excited. I've got so much that I wanted to talk about, especially for our winter prep. But don't forget to follow Nubian Roc's page, guys. Follow our page so that you are able to get notification when I go live, and also suggest topics that you would like me to talk about. Then I'll be more than glad to research more and come share my knowledge. So DM Ringworm Care and I will send you a PDF document. DM me and then send me your email address. I'm going to send you a PDF document which is free, on guides on how to treat ringworm. Whatever I have shared today, I am going to send you the presentation. I've got an actual presentation prepared for it, so that it will help you checklist, just to have a checklist of, some of the things to look at. All right. It's been real. Thank you so much, Mercy. Mercy, thank you so much for your contribution. Please DM me and I will send you a gift courtesy from Nubian Roc. So today I am going to choose you as our lucky winner for engaging us and sharing your tips. And for that, you are going to be receiving a gift from Nubian Roc. It's going to be a surprise, but it is going to be an organic product that you're going to love using, and you will join us and share again your experience with us. Thank you so much, Mercy. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and see you next week, same time. I might come live earlier than that, but I will see you next week, God willing, and we will delve into more exciting topics again. Have a good evening and be blessed. Bye, everyone. He